Today we're going to look at perfect cubes and cube roots, very similar to yesterday. So what we'll be able to do at the end, our students should be able to evaluate cube roots of small perfect cubes and use cube root symbols to represent solutions to the equation x cubed equals p. P is a positive rational number. So we have our chart again. We're looking at the numbers 1 through 10. 1 through 10. And what we are going to do is a perfect square. Oh, it looks like I made a mistake on the notes a little bit here. This should say perfect cubes, and this should say cube roots. Yours might be fixed already. It may not be fixed, depending which version I used. But that should say perfect cubes and cube roots. So 1 cubed just means 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, which equals 8. 3, it's to the third power, but we call it cubed, just like we call the second power squared. So 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. And the process repeats. 4 cubed is 64, 5 cubed is 125, 6 cubed is 216, 7 cubed is 343, 8 cubed is 512, 9 cubed is 729, 10 cubed is 1,000, and this should say x cubed. Again, depending what version you have, it may or may not be fixed. But again, that should be an x cubed there. And that's x times x times x, which we just call an x cubed. Now, cube roots are the inverses of perfect cubes. So the way we find cube roots, and this is the symbol for it, you just have the little 3 on the outside, as opposed to square root doesn't have anything. Okay, it's the cubed root of 1 is the cubed root of 1 cubed, which they're inverse operations of each other, so it's just a 1. The cubed root of 8 is the same as the cubed root of 2 cubed, which is 2. The cubed root of 27 is equal to the cubed root of 3 cubed, which is 3. The cubed root of 64 is equal to the cubed root of 4 cubed, which equals 4. The cubed root of 125 equals the cubed root of 5 cubed, which equals 5. The cubed root of 216 equals the cubed root of 6 cubed, which equals 6. And you can see it continues on. These numbers that I have in bold here are the same numbers that I started with on the cube roots. And again, this should say the cubed root of x cubed. The cubed root of x cubed equals x. Okay, that's what that should say in that space there. Being able to evaluate cube roots is a skill needed in order to calculate the volume of cubes. Yesterday we did area for squares and square roots. Today we're doing volume for cubes and cube roots. We know from previous years that the volume of a rectangular prism is volume equals length times width times height. In a cube, the length, width, and height are all equal. Think of a dice. Length, width, and height are all the same. Therefore, we could rewrite the formula as, and again, like yesterday where we used the S symbol, I'm going to use it again as our side. We could write it as volume equals side times side times side, or just side cubed. That's S with the symbol 3, an exponent of 3. I drew you a diagram yesterday, but we have a nice diagram here already. So that's our picture of a cube. Each side is worth S. The volume is equal to S times S times S. I'll write the little s's in there. An S there and an S there. It's S cubed. Letter A. Given that the volume is 125 cubic feet, find the length of the side of the cube. Well, we're going to use our volume formula. Volume equals side cubed. To solve, we know that the volume is 125 cubic feet. So 125 equals side cubed. To solve for S, you don't take a square root, you take a cubed root because it's S cubed. And you end up getting S equals, and you either look above or you type it in your calculator. The cubed root of 125 is equal to 5. If you don't know how to type it in your calculator, don't worry about it. I'll show you how to type it in tomorrow. And the last one, there are 729 cubic inches of paper that fill the box. So let's pretend I'm filling up this box over here with some paper. I could fill 729 cubic inches of it. I want the lengths of the sides of the box. Okay, I want that, how big the box is. I need to be able to fit, and the reason I want to know is because I need to be able to fit the box in my car. And I only have 8 inches left in my car on the seat to fit it. And I want to know if I have enough space to fit that box. So, I'll start out with my formula. Volume equals S cubed. 729 equals S cubed. To solve for S, we take the cubed root. And either look above or type it in your calculator. The cubed root of 729 is equal to 9. And it's 9 inches. I only have 8 inches in my car. So do I have enough space? The answer is no. Always make sure you go back and answer the question. Alright, so that way you can get full credit on the problem. At this point, just show me tomorrow that this is completed and you'll get your full credit.